Welcome students of class 8. I am Varsha ma'am, your science expert, and today we are going to continue with our video 6 of chapter 13 microorganisms. In the previous video we discussed the nitrogen cycle. So it is a natural cyclic process in which atmospheric nitrogen enters the soil and becomes a part of living organisms before returning to the atmosphere. Then the next we discuss the decomposers, which feed on dead and decayed materials and convert them into simple substances. For example, microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi. Then the next we discussed was the harmful microorganism. So here the first term we discussed was pathogens. So pathogens are the microorganisms which cause diseases in plants, animals and human beings. They enter in our body through any means and multiply. Then we discussed the term communicable diseases. So it is spread from one person to the other, and it may be spread through air, water, touch, food and insects. For example, malaria. So malaria is spread by the bite of female mosquito called Anopheles. Then we did a table on page 209 of common communicable diseases and their causative agents. So diseases like common cold is spread in air and its causative agent is a virus. It can be prevented by avoiding contact with infected person, washing hands regularly, and personal hygiene. Then the next disease, influenza, is spread in air by causative agent virus, and it can be prevented by giving vaccination every year. So students, this is how you have to go through the other communicable diseases, their mode of transmission, causative agents and their prevention. So in today's topic, we are going to get to know the other diseases which are caused in animals. So the first disease is anthrax, which is affected in animals like cattle, sheep, goats and horses, and the causative agent is Bacillus anthracis. Then the next disease is fin rot, which is affected in fish, and its causative agent is gram-negative bacteria. Then the next disease is botulism, which is affected in animals like cattle, sheep, goats, horses and chickens, and the causative agent is Clostridium botulinum. Similarly, you can go through the other diseases like rinderpest, foot and mouth disease and meningoencephalitis. Now let us also know the diseases which are caused in plants by the microorganisms. So the first disease is caused in tomatoes, which is a fungal disease and known as early blight. It is caused by the microorganism Alternaria solani. Then the next disease is caused in citrus fruits, which is a bacterial disease known as citrus canker disease, and it is caused by the microorganism Xanthomonas axonopodes. And the last disease is caused in maize, which is known as the smut disease, and it is caused by the microorganism Stylagosiae. Now the next topic is spoilage of food. So here first we are going to discuss the food poisoning. So consumption of contaminated food can cause illness, and that is known as the food poisoning. Microorganisms present in food attack various parts of body, especially the digestive system, which results in food poisoning. So bacteria like Clostridium and Staphylococci and fungi like Aspergillus cause food poisoning. So how do we know that food is spoiled? So there are some changes that occur due to microbial action on food items, which are change in color of food, change in odor of food, slimy surface, sour taste and gas formation. So now next is how to save food items from spoilage. So here we are going to study food preservation. So it is the process of treating and handling food items to stop or slow down their spoilage while maintaining their nutritional value, texture and flavor. So this is known as the food preservation. So there are various food preservation methods in which either the microbes are killed or their reproduction is prevented. So let us discuss few of them. So the first food preservation method is canning. So it is a process which involves different food items in jars or containers and heating them to a temperature that destroys microorganisms that cause food to spoil. Then the next method is boiling, where water and milk are boiled to kill the microbes that may be present in them. Then the next method is freezing and refrigeration. So when we refrigerate or freeze fruits, vegetables and meat, microbes cannot grow on them and thus spoilage is prevented. The next is pasteurization. So pasteurization is the term which is given to heat processes like milk in the range of 60 to 80 degrees Celsius. Here the milk is first heated and then cooled down suddenly. So these are food preservation methods, and that's all about this chapter. So these are your diagrams that you have to draw in your notebooks. And these are your in-between questions, learn and copy down in your notebooks. So stay home, stay safe and keep learning. Thank you.